Hi, everyone. Step over here. My name is Lily. Take these off. Can everyone hear me okay? My name is Lily Greenberg Call. Until 2 weeks ago, I was an appointee in the Biden administration. And 2 weeks ago, I resigned from the Biden administration because I could no longer serve at the pleasure of a president who is aiding and abetting the genocide of the Palestinian people with American tax dollars and under the guise of Jewish safety. A genocide that does not bring the hostages home, that does not keep Israelis safe, does not keep Jews safe, that has killed over 35,000 Palestinians, 15,000 of them children, and who knows how many more stuck under the rubble right now. Shame. Shame. So my whole life, as a Jewish person, I learned stories of our people burning in crematoriums. The stories that live in our people's history, that live in my bones, of ashes falling over concentration camps, ashes of human beings, an endless winter, the burning of Europe's Jews for the sake of hegemony and supremacy. And then over the weekend, we all watch a video of Palestinian people burning alive in their tents. Children watching their parents burned alive. Shame. Parents picking up ashes of their children. And the bombs that doing this are dropped by planes with a Magen David on them, funded by the people in that building, bought and paid for with our tax dollars. I was taught my whole life that genocide is the worst of crimes, that it is unforgivable. And now I see people justifying the massacre, intentional starvation, and torture of Palestinians with Jewish tradition, disgracing our ancestors who experienced the very same thing not very long ago. But I refuse, and we all refuse, because we're here together, to let our tradition be usurped by autocratic agendas of supremacy. Absolutely not. I refuse to accept the lie that Palestinian life is somehow less valuable or less important than Jewish lives. This lie that in dominance we can get safety from anti-Semitism, that somehow in privilege we can get freedom. Because we are not free as long as we believe these lies, and we are not free as long as we oppress Palestinians under our boot, and we are not free as long as the President of the United States continues to make Jewish people the face of the American war machine. Free Palestine! And we know that these are lies, and we know that all of our struggles are connected, and that Palestinian freedom and dignity and life is not something that we're willing to compromise, that there is no thriving future for anyone until there is Palestinian liberation. And people in power will try to convince us otherwise, right? They will try to drive us apart. They will especially try to drive Jews apart from other communities that we need to be in solidarity with. First and foremost, our Palestinian brothers and sisters. And sometimes, right, in this moment especially, it can feel like they've succeeded. I can feel the stain of this time on my soul, really, on the collective moral soul of the Jewish people. In the depths of this darkness, I almost don't know how we come back from this. How do we come back from the ashes of burned Palestinian children, sacrificed at the altar of supremacy. I look at those photos of grieving Palestinian mothers, fathers, and children, and I see us. I see Jews. I recognize the depth of that loss in our own people. And it's almost too much. It's almost too much to bear. But there's a line from a poem that the Sikh poet Valerie Kaur wrote. She says, "What if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb?" And in this darkness, as we wait for Olam Haba, as we wait for a new world to be born, I'm holding on to what I know in my bones, that the lifeblood of being Jewish is justice. Tzedek, tzedek, tildof, says the Torah. Justice, justice, you shall pursue. Because if I am made in the image of God, if we are made in the image of God, then every Palestinian is also made in the image of God. So how do we honor the lives that we cannot save? We fight for a future. We fight for a future that maybe we cannot see yet, but we know it's there. And I may no longer be in the administration, but in being here with all of you, and really all of you, more than so many people in that building, are upholding the oath that I took, that the president took, to serve the public, to listen to the American people, not just to the American people, to demand a ceasefire now. To enforce a hostage exchange, to demand an immediate freeze of weapon transfers to Israel, and demand justice and accountability for the crimes that we saw over the weekend and for the crimes that have been happening for 76 years to Palestinians. Because we will no longer accept the status quo of violence against Palestinians, the status quo that pits our communities against each other. Because we are here to say no more. No more money for massacres. Say it with me. No more money for massacres. No more massacres in our name. No more massacres in our name. And the president might not be listening right now, but he's going to hear us. And we're not going to shut up until he does. Thank you all for being here. And take care of yourselves in this time.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!